welcome to the Morning Banana Show. This is episode number 85. And this one's all about swing trading, investing, the stock market. I don't know where to put this now. Maybe I'll hang it up right here. We've got Desiree in the house. You can follow her at Desiree VZG on the Twitter. She's also on Instagram, but I don't know anything about Instagram.
I'm Pure Love Reiki.
Put it right here for now. Okay, welcome. Camera 1 and camera 2. We're live streaming, and we're over there as well. The music that I have playing in the background is my own to avoid any copyright claim or issues that Twitter or Periscope likes to do. So all the music that you're hearing in the background is available at adamjosh.com. All music that I was either playing myself or in a band where I was playing the original instruments. So the stock market is about to open in 4 minutes, and one thing that we were watching was a new launch on XPEV, XPEV or XPeng, new motor company out of Zhongguo, out of China. So yesterday was our first IPO. And how'd that go, Desiree?
Well, I was in another city for it. And I'm not too sad that that's the way it was, because apparently it was pretty annoying.
So if you were paying attention to XPEV yesterday, or XPeng Motors' IPO launch, they said that they would launch at 9:30 a.m. And so people like me and other people were trying to buy the stock pre-market, or trying to buy even some, I was trying the night before, and the stock hadn't listed, was unable to be purchased until 1 p.m. yesterday. So imagine, if you know the market, it closes at 4, so you had 3 hours to trade. What wound up happening after I bought it was it spiked, I think, to 25, so I bought it. It listed, I think, at 23 and change, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to double check that. But we'll see what it listed at while I'm talking here, but what wound up happening was it dropped to about $21. And so market close, it was, again, $21. So it went live, and I'm looking at here at 1300 hours, 1 o'clock, it went live at 22:61. Does that look right to you too?
Yeah.
Right, and then so after hours, at the end of the day, it dropped to 21.22, and it spiked at 20. I thought it was 25, but by the chart here, it says 24.69. I thought I saw 25 yesterday. I might have been seeing things, but anyway, so now it trailed off at the end of the day to 21.22, and a share, and right now in pre-market, it's at 24.06, 24.02. I've seen as high as 24.70 while you were out dropping Tyler off. So at this point, we could do a swing trade. And I would sell it at 27. I have no idea how it's going to go, but if it reaches 27 or anywhere near 27, I would sell it. I don't know how Desiree feels about that. I think she's just like, whatever we're witnessing an IPO together, and whatever happens, happens. As long as we don't completely lose our shirts, I don't think she cares too much.
I'm pretty easygoing about it.
Yeah. Market's almost open in 1 minute. If we had a bell in here, we would ring it. I do have a bell somewhere. So we're with you guys. If you invested in XPEV and were kind of sadly let down with the whole rollout, we're with you because we're new traders and we wanted to see what an IPO was like ourselves, and the only way to really get into it is to invest literally in it, and then you're invested and you can see, okay, this is what's happening with my money during an IPO. So we were there, man. We were there. We were down in it with everybody, and we're all dealing with it the same. So I've heard good things about IPOs. I've heard that they run up. So we're live. Stock market is open.
Ding. Hello. Hi.
Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Caden. You are live on the Morning Banana Show, Mr. Caden. I'm talking about stock trading.
I'm mostly yawning. Not because of the topic, but
All right.
I'm just like
So
tired.
XPEV, which I was telling you about yesterday, Caden. Remember it closed yesterday at $21. The X, the one with the X. So now it's at $24.16. So
Why not?
yeah, it's all over the place. Apple, one of our stocks that we like and that we're invested in. Let's see where it's at right now. We're still refreshing there. So it's opening at 500, but in pre-market it was 504. Does that sound right? That doesn't sound right to me. And we're also keeping an eye on Xela. Ticker is XELA because we would like to sell this stock. And we will 100% be getting rid of it by Monday morning. So despite how it does. Okay, so the market's open and we're looking at a few things. We're going to be watching XPEV. And we're going to be watching NEO as well. We bought NEO in the $13 range, so to see it at $18.86, $19.04 right now is nice. I would personally like to see 20. So that's what we're up to. All very boring stuff, apparently. I don't think it's boring.
It is boring.
You're boring. Would you like some of my banana?
No. You don't need to hang out here if you don't want to, sweetie pie. But we are gonna do this, and then I'll figure something out for you, okay? Do I have bunny ears?
2377 for XPEV. NEO is at 1916. So I'm just watching the XPEV. I would like to see it at $27. We're watching a startup. Well, not a startup. They've delivered like 20,000 units apparently, but we're watching an IPO in real time right now on day 2. And what else? We have iTox. The ticker is ITOX if you want to invest in that. It's a penny stock. And you can buy 1 million shares of a penny stock and have 1 million shares of a company. They're into the Internet of Things. We also have VIST, VYST. And not a lot, not a giant amount of that. I think our performers are Apple and NEO, but the The real game plan for us is to buy Tesla on Monday. We're really excited about the stock split. Right now, Tesla is some sort of astronomical number. Apple's back to 502, 503. It's hovering back and forth. I'm looking up Tesla right now. Last I checked, it was 22. Yeah, it's 22.86 right now in real time. Exciting stuff. So 22.90, split that 5 ways on Monday, and that's your stock price moving forward. So even 2,300 split. Even 2,300 split 5 ways is going to be kind of pricey, but I think if you look at Tesla's 10-year track record, I think it's worth the investment. It's all over the place. This XPeng 2379, 2385. I don't know if it knows which way it's going right now. The volume pre-market was in the millions. Right now we've already done a couple million at least since open. Crazy. I would like it to go the right way. That would be great. Stocks that go one way. You know, like Tesla and Apple and the SPY. SPY. I was looking at that the other day. A basket of stocks.
Yeah.
Let's look that one up. I'm thinking about getting into this one in the future. After our Tesla play is done with. Really, Desiree and I are just buying time until Monday, and we thought instead of keeping our investment money on ice or in the closet and collecting dust, we would warm up to some EVs. So we bought NIO and XPeng. So it's not a giant soul-crushing loss if XPeng doesn't perform. Either way, I'm probably going to get out of it today or tomorrow. Today or Monday. I don't really want to hold it over the weekend. I would prefer it goes to 27 right now and then we just dump it and then we're just done with it. That's what I would prefer.
That'd be great.
I mean, we're day 2 of an IPO, right? I thought like the excitement and the enthusiasm was supposed to drive this stock price to $70. That's what I've heard about IPOs, but here we are. And we are, $1 less than what we bought it at right now. So that's not very exciting or enthusiastic for us. It's kind of like a wah, 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 for me. So, you can't, they got 3 companies. They have more than that. They have Li Motors, they have, in China, they have XPeng. There was another one I was reading about. There's NIO. But there's another one I was reading about this morning, and the name slips my mind. It was the one that Warren Buffett invested in. And I looked up the price. Of course, they trade in the Chinese yuan, and it would cost us 15 Canadian dollars to invest in this. We'll just look it up real quick. And, I mean, feel free. If you want to invest in EVs, BYD is the ticker. And we can, for craps and giggles, see how they're doing right now. But yeah, the Spider stock, the S&P 500 ETF Trust, is at $348. And it's usually, if you look at their long chart, it's a pretty steady increase. Look at that. 3 months. Mm-hmm. We're just looking at their long form charts. Here's a year. So that's obviously Corona when it dips down there. Every stock, if you look at their long form charts, you can see when coronavirus started. You can see it in their charts. It's a very, very, very clear V. So one of the reasons that we got into the stock market was because of that. We thought, well, other people might see this as a negative, but Desiree and I are two people that have learned to view negatives as opportunities for change. So yeah, their long form chart. That's Corona, but I think in general it's a pretty steady incline, and it's a basket of commodities, so it's more guaranteed that you're going to have, I would say, unless the whole market is crashing. But so where were we? BYD. What are you looking at? BYD. Yeah. So yeah, back to XPEV. They've made Finviz. If you don't know what Finviz is, it's a cool website to track different popularities and different charts, different popularities of stocks, and different ways to quantify a stock. Trend line support, wedge up, wedge down, triangle, ascending, multiple bottoms, head and shoulders, most active, volatile, top gainers, new high, overbought. Insider trading, they'll have all types of lists like that, finviz.com. And so XPEV has not got on Finviz yesterday, but NEO, the other EV, got on the front page of Finviz for unusual volume trading. I've been seeing these unusual volumes. It's been like after hours, 7 million trades. It's been pre-market, 7 million trades. And up until last night, I didn't know what the heck was going on, and then I read that I guess they were adding a bunch of ADS. It's like 70 million ADS shares, and using the money to expand, basically. And they're taking your money and they're expanding their operations with it. Business.
Isn't that the point?
Yeah, but that scared some people, right? Because all of a sudden, they flooded their own stocks with more shares. So it's like a devaluing. We're still learning. I don't know everything about everything, but some people got freaked out about it. I posted a video on my Twitter account about a gentleman trying to explain what that is, and I'm not gonna attempt to do any better than he did, explaining what happened with NEO announcing that they've added a bunch of like 70 million ADS shares, American something shares. Okay, we're looking up BDY. Really? BYD. We're going to figure it out. BYD. When I saw it, I got confused because I thought it was Beyond Meat sticker. I'm like, yeah, Warren Buffett's invested in BYD. It says Boyd Gaming. What is the ticker? An EV company out of China. That's not helping me. BYD Co., the Chinese electric vehicle backed by Warren Buffett. That's the one I was thinking about. But when you type in BYD, you get a Boyd Gaming, BYD Auto. Zotto. Zoodle.
Zoodle.
BYD, yeah.
BYD USA.
Again, so they're trading in the Canadian, in the Chinese yuan. What I like about the Chinese market in Shanghai is that they literally take a lunch break and they just block off the trading time. You can't even trade during that. So they've already had their day, I guess, right? And if you convert this 85 0.39 into Canadian, it equals out to like $15. You're missing what Warren Buffett is into for EVs. There's their year to date, 1 year, 5 years. It kind of looks like NEO's chart, but a little bit more volatile. NEO's long form chart is like almost directly, it's directly up with a small dip in the middle. I don't know, I think that that BYD company might have been around longer. Regardless. Where were we?
The song. Where were we?
Far away from home. Yeah, so at this point, I don't want to let go of XPEV for the price it's at. It's at $23.42. So I'm okay to hold it until Monday morning, along with, unless it massively started tanking, I don't know. Really, I'm just trying to see 27 for a swing trade. We'll make some money on that and then be done with it. But if it doesn't decide to perform today, then 23.37, then we'll just hold it. All these stocks got to go because Monday is our day. The play here, the larger play, is to get into Tesla when it splits up. And craziness that as of the same date on Monday, our shares are going to be, for Apple, are going to be split 4-for-1 as well. So if we want to get rid of some Apple stock to take some profit, a little bit easier when it's $125 a share.
Yep.
As opposed to $500 a share, we have to pay in Canadian. And these are American prices. It's more than that for us. To buy one share of Apple, for us, when it's 500 US, is like what? Let's do the math. 500. Maybe you guys watching forget that we're in Canada. So for us to get into the stock market and trade on the New York Stock Exchange, 500 US for one share of Apple cost us 654 Canadian dollars. And that's more than a week's wage here. So that's why we're both sitting down here. One of us is paying attention, and the other one is kind of paying attention.
We just pay attention in different ways.
But it's a, yeah, I mean, it's a week's wage for a lot of people, and we're just like, take it. One stock, Apple. The good thing about Apple, this is why we want stocks that go in one direction, or we want to become really good at the stock market that, you know, we're betting on stocks to go up or down. But Desiree and I have had these conversations about shorting stocks and betting that stocks will go down and, you know, buying put options. And both her and I, it's one thing to say, well, you know, we're going to buy a put option and the stock will be 10 cents less. Yeah, I can see it going 10 cents less. And maybe you don't look at that as shorting the stock. You just look at it as like you're placing an educated bet that at lunch it'll go 10 cents or $1 less. But Desiree and I, we just don't feel, I feel the same as her. We don't feel comfortable shorting stocks, even if it's, you know, buying put options. And maybe that's naive of us, but we're just getting into trading, and I don't think it's something that's so complicated that we can't learn it or try it and win or lose at it. There's something that doesn't sit right with both of us about shorting stocks. Maybe Desiree can explain that a little bit more.
Well, it's just the energy of it. Just assuming or like, then you're putting the intention into it that the business worth is going to reduce. Like you want it now to lose value. I don't know. I'm not about that. I'm about helping everyone be their best.
Yeah, I mean,
experience success. And
if you were working at that company and you saw that people were shorting your stock, you'd be like, damn, these assholes.
They don't believe in us.
Why are they shorting our stock? What did we do wrong? Like
We work so hard.
we work so hard. But
And we talk about it even with companies that we really do not like. But even then, like, I don't want to give them my attention.
As vegans, you can imagine that there's a lot of big name companies that we could buy their stock and intentionally short it because we hate them and don't agree with what
That's
they're
a
doing.
strong word.
Yeah, but even as vegans, you think of all the big franchises that we could short just out of spite, and we don't want to do that
No.
because we have to.
It's totally lame.
Well, we have to buy their.
Like, I get it. If you're
underwritten
just
securities.
if you're doing this from like completely logical, analytical point of view, sure, I get that people do it. I don't think they should stop. But for us, it just doesn't work.
And everybody's different, so we talk to people who trade, and what Desiree and I have learned is that it's almost like no two traders are alike.
Yeah.
People have less money to spend, people have way more money to spend, people are buying options, they're shorting, in the market is like over 10,000 shares. You have the Forex markets, you have the technology sector, the commodities section, you have the grains, or the commodity section, you have tech sector, if I didn't already say that, biopharmaceutical. This is another thing that Desiree and I kind of came across and then agreed on, that everybody was saying, hey, you guys are getting into the stock market, you should invest in XYZ company because they're making the new vaccine. And like Desiree was saying, analytically speaking, you can be like, well, yeah, obviously. So we tried to meet them halfway. And we met them, I'll show you the stocks that we met them halfway at. So we were like, okay, coronavirus. What's something that we could get behind for these next few months? And one of those was like masks. Okay, well, everybody's going to wear masks, right? That's something that I wear at Rush Track, and I have to wear masks anyway, and our kids are going to have to wear masks. So let's look up some companies that are making masks. So we bought into this company, an underdog, Alpha Protec, at $16 a share, and then we watched it plummet over the next little while. It went up to 25, and about at 23, I was like, I think we should cash out because it was on the way back down. It's at $15 now. So,
but I think, so regarding the investments and betting against stocks, we are very intentional about living our lives in alignment with our core values. So betting against someone doesn't align with that. And that's why we just aren't going to do it. And that's why investing in products or companies that don't match our core values, it's just not worth it for us. So it might be smart to invest in, let's say, fast food chains. It might be a smart thing, you know. They had a rough time for a little while, and they're probably all doing well. I haven't even looked at them because I just don't even want to be, like, again, I just don't want to put my attention on it. So again, from like an analytical standpoint, it might make sense to invest in large fast food chains, and I'm still never going to do it because I don't want to give them my money. I don't want to build my wealth based on the wealth of people who I think are doing something morally completely wrong.
Yeah.
So
this is a ticker.
that matters to us. Other people, they might not care about their values or morals or core values when it comes to the stock market, and that's totally okay too. We're all our own people.
To answer your question, Desiree, this is a familiar franchise that we know, and they haven't quite made it back, but they're definitely not in that dip during Corona.
Yeah.
And again, if you look at any stock, almost any stock, you'll see that sharp V when coronavirus first happened and people were shutting down their businesses. So one franchise that we're familiar with hasn't really got out of that rut, but they're making their mone back. They're not in the depths of the rut anymore. They're not in the Mariana Trench. They're out of it and moving up. But to say that you're gonna get your business back, I've been hearing that. When are people gonna get that, what it was, get back to that? It might be a long time. All right, we're gonna have to wrap this up. We're at 29 minutes. So anyway, we're just watching this XPEV stock today. If you get to 27, you know your boy and girl here are selling it, and we're dumping all of our unwanted stocks by Monday to get ready for the Tesla play, which is the larger play here. If you guys want to invest in things that we invest in, We have VYST, we have iTox, ITOX, it's a penny stock. We have NEO, of course, and I might be getting rid of some of that on Monday. Apple is one that we like. XELA was one that we really regret buying that many of, and we are going to be selling them at ASAP, probably by Monday, because it's a stock that just doesn't move. So those are our 5 or 6, whatever it was, major stocks that we hold, and the rest aren't worth talking about. Thank you so much for watching the Morning Banana Show. I had a banana, I had half of a muffin. Would you like the other half?
Not right now.
You got to see the beautiful, the gorgeous, the stunning, the vegan princess goddess Desiree hanging out with me. Follow her on Twitter at DesireeBZG. And we didn't really buy or sell any stocks here. We mostly just sold them, but mostly just watched them. And that's what the stock market getting into it is like you got to be there, you got to watch pre-market, you got to learn, you need to know when to make moves, and sometimes it's just watching for a while. So if you don't have the time to do it, then don't, but you can upgrade your screen time and make some money online looking at your screens instead of not. Anything else?
No, I think that's good.
Follow me on Twitter at adamjosh.com. Bye!